I'm going to play for you the person, every time they do a State of the Union or a joint address to Congress, whatever, there is a response. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Democratic response to President Donald Trump.
For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself.
Such an odd choice.
I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity.
Okay.
My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened. And it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this,
yes,
there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur. And when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community.
Well, that's nice of her that she's an advocate for the LGBTQ. Well, first of all, the LGBTQ community. Thank you, Casey Anthony. I want to thank her. But it's odd that the Democrats chose her to do the response to Trump because she killed her daughter. That's odd to me. Now, I understand that she has some good points. She's saying some of the right things, I think. But I don't know why she's doing it from a car. Where is she parked? Also, I think she killed her daughter. A lot of people feel like she killed her daughter. That's the big problem I have with the Democrats choosing her to do a rebuttal to Trump, is the killing of the daughter. I think that leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. I'm no expert, but let's just let her finish up here, because maybe it does take a turn. Maybe she's found the killer.
Women's rights.
Yes.
I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008.
No, it is a blessing to have your daughter
With
murdered.
That, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not.
The angle's odd. First off, the angle's not good. This is a terrible angle.
Proverbially standing in the light, embracing.
By the way, that angle, that's the last thing her daughter saw before she put her in the marsh.
I'm going to keep my privacy intact, so you will get very comfortable with my car.
This is what I do for a living.
And
this is what I do for a living.
I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy.
Because you're killing others.
Not just important.
Well, because of course, if you want to privately kill your child,
private individuals.
And privacy is a big
climate in our
the current climate in the country. The current climate in the country.
Which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform.
Thank God.
Yes, I am
a murderer.
Advertising this and publishing this on TikTok.
Of course.
Possibly also through other meta platforms.
Sure.
But my intention is to separate from that and showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize.
Who've killed their children.
Anyway.
All right. Get her out of here. Big fan of her. Always have been. Casey Anthony. I like her, and I like that she's back. I think the thing about Casey Anthony that we all have to remember is she made one mistake. And I don't think we want to live in a country where, and I've said this before on the show, you kill one child and then it's like, all right, you're done. I still want to hear what she has to say about women's rights. Call me a nut. Call me a nut. Call me a nut to my face. That's fine. You can think sticks and stones may break my bones, but I like Casey Anthony. I don't know how it goes. The point is this. What did she do? She put her daughter in a backpack and threw her in the lake. Listen, folks, it was a long time ago, and I'm not going to hold it against her. What does she have to say about the women's rights? And the privacy is very interesting. I'm a known person. I get it. Sometimes I'm recognized I'm eating a frozen yogurt during the winter, and it's very strange. It's odd when someone sees you in Canada eating ice cream in the freezing cold and they go, oh, that's a horrible choice. What a monster you are. So I get it. The whole privacy thing's a problem. Now, what did this woman do again? She put her daughter in a food processor. Now, that's not good, and I would never defend, but here's the only thing I would say. I would say, hey, things get heated. Things get heated. You know? I mean, make this a little bigger, please. My eyes are going. They're not going. Kaylee Anthony, that's very sad. It's her nanny, Fernandez Gonzalez, and that Fernandez Gonzalez had kidnapped a toddler, but when police investigated the apartment, they found it had been abandoned for more than 140 days. Casey also told the police that she was working at Universal Studios. However, when investigators took her to Universal Studios on July 16th and asked them to show her office, Casey led detectives into the building before admitting that she no longer worked there. As it turned out, she had not worked there since she had taken maternity leave almost 3 years earlier. Then she was arrested. On July 29th, she was offered a limited immunity deal in exchange for helping find Kaylee. Prosecutors said they would not use Casey's statements to police against her. Then that offer expired. Casey's parents told NBC's Today Show in October 2008, they maintaining their belief that Kaylee was alive and would be found. Larry Garrison, president of Silver Creek Entertainment, acted as Anthony's family spokesman until November 2008 when he resigned, citing the family's erratic behavior. I wonder why. In 2008, meter reader Roy Cronk called police about a suspicious object found in a forested area near the Anthony residence. In the first instance, he was directed by the sheriff's office to call the tip line, which he did, receiving no return call. In the second instance, he called and the sheriff's office and eventually was met by two police officers. He reported to them that he had just seen what happened to be a skull near a gray bag on that occasion. Was it her or not? The death was ruled a homicide, and the cause of death was undetermined. Listen, just because this mother lied about literally everything, I want to hear what she has to say about the LGBTQ community. I want to. I want advocates, even if they've killed their kids. I do. Even if you disposed of your daughter's body in a wooded area, I want you to advocate for women and me in the LGBTQ community. There's nothing wrong and about the right to privacy. Isn't that funny? She's banging on about the right to privacy. I mean, because it is disgusting in this country now what's happened. Because here's how bad it's gotten in this country. You cannot publicly kill your child and be left alone. That's how bad it's gotten. You make a reservation at the steakhouse and you get some looks at the bar just because you killed your daughter and left her in a wooded area.